Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the second match of the evening. This is Overwatch facing off against Wright State Green. I could not find in our little logo app the beautiful logo for Wright State Green, so imagine that it was up there. I'm so sorry to everyone at Wright State. I don't know why I couldn't find it. I just couldn't. Alrighty. Looks like we're seeing a ball comp come out here potentially from Wright State. Could be pretty silly. Chonky Ghost starting here on the Junker Queen. Center learning a lot of lessons from last night's match about playing fast. So they're looking to play this very, very fast comp here, but it doesn't seem to be going their way. Getting collapsed on. It's going to be all of Center College falling, but of course it's before the point unlock, so not the end of the world. Not any, not a whole lot of percentage getting lost for this. Center still sticking. Roughly the same comp, making a swap for Star Garden over to the Cass. This should be able to help Center get a little bit of extra pressure onto the Pharah, and maybe be able to, stun this Wrecking Ball as well. It's just Carp left alive, definitely going to die here as well. These fights very one-sided in favor of Wright State so far, but they've been quick fights, and that's good in terms of the percentage. Only getting to 30 right about now, but unfortunately, all this damage and healing coming out from Wright State means that they're going to have their ultimates online sooner than Center College. Getting most of the damage out here onto the Wrecking Ball. Adama on site, looking to secure a pick. Real aggression onto this Kiriko. Star Garden ends up finishing it off, but pretty massive. Unfortunately, Rat King, Center's main source of healing, falling here, and a Tracer from this kind of skirmishy comp here for Wright State, able to take some out from Center College as well. Some great frontline damage from Chonky Ghost here, but Center is just getting split up. Center is not grouped up. Having to split so much attention to deal with the Tracer, to deal with the Pharah, to deal with the Wrecking Ball. And now, only one ult used in that fight. It's going to be available lots for Wright State here. Great job by Center, though, to make sure that Tracer Bomb doesn't get anyone. Rat King probably going to have to pop an early Cole here, but actually just dies instead. Pretty unfortunate here. It's just Adama alive for healing. Kitsune Rush comes out, and that is definitely going to take out Chonky Ghost here. He's purpled. Carp on site using the freeze as things tick up to 99%. Much scrappier of a fight here. Some good stuff from Center College, but they're not able to secure any of these picks. Really different comp. Maybe not what Center was expecting to face off into here. See if Center can make any adjustments here into this skirmish comp. I mean, this is a rough one to play into. Even if this round at number 2 doesn't necessarily go Center's way, take a little bit of solace that this comp isn't necessarily popular on every single map type. We are actually going to see a swap over to Genji here. So 2 very flanky DPS, but no more Pharah for Wright State. Carp, Center definitely anticipating that Pharah. It doesn't exist anymore, but Carp and Star Garden both on hit scan DPS. Could still be, decent into some of the picks from Wright State, but, Center making swaps around picks that just aren't quite true, and especially in the world of perks, swaps can be a little bit more costly these days. Adama on the Juno, able to take out one from Wright State. But Center's not on point. That would be Wright State. The rest of Center starting to get back into this fight. Center with a little bit more sustain thanks to Adama on the Juno, but they're not able to be as fast without this Lucio. Excellent shot from Carp on the Mei, but now is going to get collapsed on. Thankfully able to heal up into this ice block. Center does have point. They secured it. Almost able to take out that Kiriko. Just one more Icicle was able to hit her. That could have been huge. We're going to see yet another swap. It's Star Garden onto the Reaper. This might be to get additional pressure onto the Wrecking Ball, but a lot of swaps for Center and a lot of ults available on the side of Wright State. Like Center going around the right side here, but of course that's the nature of this skirmish comp here, is they're just getting picked at by so many different angles. Wrecking Ball ult comes in. We're going to see if that maybe separates Center a little bit. Adama unfortunately falling here, but it's kind of a trade here. Kiriko not alive for Wright State either. And this Coalescence, it comes out, but it's not enough to save Star Garden and Carp. Thankfully is enough to secure a pick onto this Genji, but it's really just Center with a Moira and a Junker Queen here. Rat King has to stay alive. Thankfully is able to get some good, kind of like lifesteal here. That's excellent. Star Garden able to come back in time and get some extra pressure, take out the Wrecking Ball. Center looking to go onto this left side and take out this Ana. Excellent job from Center to kind of prioritize certain targets rather than just getting picked off from so many people and just tickling with damage. And that's the nature of this kind of rush down sort of comp. They need to pick strategic targets and take them out. Looks like they're going to be able to take out this Wrecking Ball, and they do exactly. He has a huge pool of health, but when 5 people look at him, there's really not a whole lot he can do. Center ticking up to nearly the same percentage as Wright State, but of course tons of ults available for Wright State. And Center has the Juno ult, but I don't know if that's going to be enough necessarily to live through what is likely going to be a Nano Blade coming in. A huge purple is going to be enough for Wright State to take out Adama. That is going to be a huge problem. The one support ult Center had not available in this fight. They don't even waste the nano boost on the Genji Blade, and it still gets so much. It takes out Carp's ultimate as well. That's going to swap over to Wright State on the point here. Still a lot of ults available for both scenes, but Center needs to stay alive. This could potentially be going to last fight to territory for Center College here, as it ticks up past 70%, nearly to 80%. Wrecking Ball swinging around, maybe going to split up Center once again. Deadly, deadly spot for the mines. It's going to be able to take out Adama. That is a huge problem for Center to be down. Their main source of healing, of course, the Coalescence. Maybe going to let Center sustain through this. And Center needs to get on point here. It's Star Garden so low. And a massive purple comes out. Chonky Ghost, a bit of a purple ability of his own. Not sure if it's going to be enough. The picks continue to come out. Star Garden with an excellent ultimate here. Adama able to get back in the fight, popping Juno ult. It could be huge. The Wrecking Ball, another huge purple comes out. Adama has to stay alive here. It's just Chonky Ghost on site. Somehow the Wrecking Ball has done enough damage to have yet another ult. Absolutely nuts the amount of pressure this Wrecking Ball has been putting into Center College. Rat King seemingly gets there in time, but it doesn't quite count. It's going to be Wright State Green taking point 1, but man, what a stark difference between round 1 and round 2 of that. So much closer for Center College on the second one. So hopefully Center's starting to figure some of these patterns out from Wright State, figure out what they can do differently. Play of the game, of course, going to, looks like Blazed there from Wright State on the Genji. Probably the same player who was on the Pharah the first time, but I don't recall. All right, we'll see in just a moment for round number 2. Alrighty, folks, we're back in it. Round number 2. Center College has selected to play on Circuit Royale. This is an escort map. We'll have to see what the type of comp Wright State runs is. Looks like they're opting to go that Wrecking Ball once again. Must be a specialty pick of theirs. Lot of different types of I don't know, ways a Wrecking Ball can be run. A little more skirmishy that last time. A little different on this one, leveraging some of the value that Widowmaker can bring on the opening attack pick. Center most likely does not know about this Widowmaker. Could be a real problem for someone like Sojourn, Ana, or even Brigitte. But Power's thankfully in a nice spot to be able to support his team, not take a whole lot of damage. Ooh, the damage though coming from above. Instantly, Center College getting taken out here. Very different type of comp that Center's running compared to last round with Chonky Ghost on the Zarya. Now swapping to something a little bit more maybe poke oriented here with Carp swapping over to the Widowmaker of his own. But a really strange comp here from Center College. Not a lot of inherent synergy between Widowmaker and some of these other heroes, but you could say the same thing about Wright State's composition. Widow is just the hero to play on this map. Excellent sleep though from Powers. Nearly a goner there was Carp fighting into that Wrecking Ball, but once he wakes up, gets some support from the Ana, things are not looking so good anymore. Center needing to touch this pretty soon here. They got the picks from Carp, but not necessarily going in yet. Could give Wright State the opportunity to go ahead and cap this here. Wrecking Ball awfully hurt here. Looks like Chonky Ghost is going to have the opportunity to engage just barely, but getting booped off could be a real problem. Still receiving supports from up top. Adama now dropping down to the site as well. Let's see if Carp can maybe do something about this Widowmaker. But even if he does, it's a little bit too late as Powers falls early on in the fight. Carp now shooting some shots onto the toes, if you will, of this Ana from Wright State. Carp now popping an ult of his own, but Center not looking like they're winning this fight still. Mines come out. Carp's on 15 health and gets taken out as well. A little bit better there though. That swap to Widowmaker made a huge difference for Center College. You see yet another swap. Stargarden now onto the Sombra. Often thought of as a pretty hard counter into Wrecking Ball, but there's so many changes to Sombra. In recent times, we'll see if it does indeed pay off or not. It's a huge chunk of damage into the Wrecking Ball. But his health bar is just so huge. His supports, their positioning is not being contested necessarily. Chonky goes with a Graviton Surge. Really love a great opportunity to try and use this. Now pushing in, taking a lot of this space. But unfortunately, that's how Riptire comes out and takes out Carp. Chonky Ghost now totally split from his team, gets taken out by the Junkrat as well. Center's positioning just getting split up. Even though it's not quite as skirmishy as that initial comp that they played on Control Point, this Wrecking Ball just does so much to split Center up, and they're not playing a comp that can thrive under those conditions. They're not all self-sustaining heroes in a lot of ways. Zarya needs those resources from the heals, so when there's not that line of sight, it's a huge problem. As we enter into this third stage of the map, we see Carp swap over to the Cass. This does make a little bit of sense, even though the Widow has been incredibly powerful for Center so far, really getting some of the only super important picks. This grenade can be so huge into the Wrecking Ball, and there's just shorter sight lines in this last portion of the map. Widow doesn't necessarily have a super impactful ultimate in a lot of ways as well. As I say it, the walls come out for Wright State. Center needing to play out of line of sight of this. Oh, so unfortunate. Doesn't get the Suzu out quite in time. That's Adama falling in this fight. Picks are coming out on both sides. Unfortunately, Tank still alive. That Wrecking Ball. Really wants to get this pick onto the Junkrat. He's so low. One more little grenade could have got it done, but it doesn't quite happen. He's going to get healed up. Incredible by this Junkrat. That's blazed from Wright State. Doing an incredible job staying alive, playing around the corners of that room. We're going to have the Kitsune Rush come in from Center College. They're not really making a whole lot of space off of it. Now getting pressured out by these mines. Center really needs a pick here. Carp thankfully able to take out that Wrecking Ball, but he's so hurt. A huge nade comes in, takes out Carp here. It's just Powers, Star Garden, and Chonky Ghost. Powers dies as well. That means Center College has no heals alive, and Chonky Ghost is pushed up here a little bit, maybe more than he needs to be. Huge to be able to take out that Ana, but it looks like they're going to be able to finish this map here. Spoke too soon. Star Garden comes in, procs the contest here on the site. Additional damage coming out from Carp. He's now popping ultimate. It's actually pretty huge pressure into the backline and takes out the Wrecking Ball. That might give Center exactly what they need to stabilize. Incredible supports as well to make sure that Carp stays alive, doing what is a really risky ultimate that had to pay off there. Center not peeking this here. They don't want to have to peek this Widowmaker, so they're waiting for them to engage on to Center, but unfortunately Star Garden getting taken out by the concussion mine here, and maybe they shouldn't wait for them to engage right onto Center as Powers gets dove by 2. Incredible job from his fellow support Adama keeping him up here. He does have the ultimate here. That's going to go into Carp for a little bit of extra damage here. Combining that, Powers with some excellent shots in this too, with a great nade as well, and the massive Graviton Surge from Chonky Ghost. But this means Center College doesn't have any ults into this next fight except for Adama. Adama should have his online, but maybe needs one more lick of healing before it's available. Actually, no ults here for Wright State either, but they're gonna have mines and they're gonna have Kitsune Rush pretty darn soon. Now with a pretty tricky position here. Looks like Wright State going around the top left could potentially make a bad situation for angles into the rest of Center team. Adama getting the first Kitsune Rush out here. They are able to take out the support, or not the support, the tank, but both supports for Center College fall. It happened last round that Center was able to live through a situation like this, but with the mines on point, I'm not sure if it's going to happen. It's really just Chonky Ghost alive here. Maybe could possibly secure a pick onto this Genji. Doesn't look like it's quite going to happen. Adama comes back, keeps Chonky Ghost alive though. This is huge, but Adama getting taken out again. Huge target prioritization coming out from Wright State to make sure that Center supports can't come back into the fight. But that's a huge hold on this third section here. Center looking really not doing what they need in some of these earlier fights. The Streets phase, the first point, they go so quickly, and Center with a huge stall that they're able to come out with. 25 seconds left on the clock. Of course, Wright State does finish out the map, but Center could easily finish it out as well, and maybe even at a faster speed. So by no means lost for Center College. As we swap over to the attack, we might see comps change a lot. Escort is so it's entirely asymmetrical for the teams, so you don't necessarily need to run the same thing on attack versus defense. We are seeing Ender swapping over to Sojourn for Wright State as they head to defense. Still running this ball comp here. And maybe this ball getting a little bit of intel, going up top, seeing what he can't hear, reporting back to the team. But Center getting some intel as well. They know that the ball is still here. Not still running the Sombra, but Star Garden on the Reaper should still be able to put a great amount of pressure in to this Wrecking Ball here. Carp still running the Widow. A great choice for the opening here. Does struggle a little bit into the Wrecking Ball. We're going to see that here, forcing Carp into this room here. And the Wrecking Ball body blocking Carp from getting support, but center able to take him out. That's huge to get an opening pick onto the tank. Although Chonky Ghost is purple here, still wanting to take the aggression, kind of misses his slash there. Unfortunately, Carp gets dove on the Widow, but center's made a lot of space. He's going to get some progress on the cart. Now they just want to win the fight as well. Star Garden with a pretty deep TP. Chonky Ghost unfortunately getting slept. Gets woken up though. Wants a pick onto this Sojourn so bad. Does eventually get it, but is totally separated from his team. No way to get support there in that situation. This may be a potential overstep from Chonky Ghost, as center has to sort of back up here. A mostly successful dive here from Center College. But really wants to get that full team wipe that's going to let them make additional progress. Ooh, real huge problem here. Purple onto Chonky Ghost. Adama not quite in a situation where he's able to Suzu him. Chonky Ghost does fall. We're going to see pretty big dive here from the Wrecking Ball, but he knows without everyone from center alive, they probably can't quite punish him. Ball coming in once again. It's a huge amount of extra shields from some of his ability. The ball gets pretty low, but center pressured out from a lot of these situations as well. Chonky Ghost on the front line here, but you know, Hazard is not the tankiest of tanks in the game. He can't necessarily sustain all that pressure, even playing around some of that natural cover. Center's struggling to make something happen here once again. It's probably going to come down to ults in this next fight here, as a lot should come online. Center looking for some vulnerable targets to dive. Powers going to go ahead and use this ult to get them in here, but dies in the process. Very, very unfortunate. That is a Genji Blade and some Sojourn utility as well. And then finally some mines as well being invested from Wright State to maybe win this fight. But Carp, a pretty huge nade, kind of finding this spot behind them, but dies in the process. Center getting really, really split up during that fight. We'll see if center is able to push in before they all get back from Wright State. I'm not sure if it's going to be possible or not. But they did get some picks. They maybe want to make some progress off of it. Center looking to pressure this ball. Star Garden. Make that happen. Going to see both Kitsune rushes come out. Pushed up, able to take out the Sojourn. Should be able to take out this Kiriko as well. This could be pretty huge for Center College, but you see Powers and Carp falling in the fight. Chonky Ghost able to take one out, two. And this ball still alive, still doing some contesting on the point. Star Garden pulling out the Doo Doo Boo Doo Classic and just TPing right on the ground. We call that a spot dodge in the Smash community. Chonky Ghost dead though. Center doing a lot of stuff, but they're not getting the progress from it. They're not able to fully take Wright State off point. Now contesting cart here as they enter into overtime. They've got some ults to their name. I guess just one, just Star Garden. Let's see if we can get that used here. Oh, but the Suzu keeps them alive. Really, really massive Suzu here. Powers contesting point, but just one squishy target isn't quite enough to keep things alive. Some pretty decent dives, some pretty good effort there from Center College, but just can't quite finish out fights, and that meant that Center couldn't get progress even off of some decent plays. Play of the game going to this Wrecking Ball. No surprise there. we'll see you in just a second. For map number 3 is match point. Wright State up 2-0 over Center College. All right, folks, we are here for map number 3. This is Runasapi. This is Center's choice for a push map. Backs against the wall. We are down 0-2 into Wright State Green. Talking about maybe some things we can run a little differently to disrupt what has been a really, really oppressive wrecking ball-centric comp from Wright State. Sorry, folks. Seems like we've got a headset having some issues, so let's start in just a moment. All right, Mike's working again. Got center running out in a much faster comp than they have been in the last round. Big Soup now coming in for the tank role. He is running Arisa, but we'll actually see a pretty interesting Mauga comp come out here from our opponent's Wright State. And they have a similar support lineup, looking to go awfully fast. Instantly, it seems like this Genji is doing a ton of pressure into Center's backline. It does get one trade, but it's not quite enough. Just DPS left alive for Center College. Looks like Carp's going to be able to get out alive. Chunky Ghost possibly as well. Able to grab that health pack and stay up. Now fighting into this Reaper, but maybe shouldn't have just hung out in that corner. Had a whole group of people coming after him there. It's going to be a little bit of a problem. Be staggered. Lead now goes to Wright State. Big Soup taking space in this room. Tons of pressure coming out from this Mauga, able to burn Center right down. Center certainly expecting this ball comp. It's not quite what comes out. So we are going to see some swaps here. Stargarden now running the Ana. Hopefully looking to get some anti-heal from the nades. Well, Ana Kiriko is the comp now. Oh my god, and this Reaper ultimate is massive. That's Ender picking up 4 with just one press of the Q. This is looking very dominant for Wright State. Center's just not getting an opportunity to get a footing in these fights before the pressure kind of overwhelms them. Fortunately, Big Soup pushing up. Team not entirely with him. Once again, a full team wipe. Really only one of these left that Center can handle. And they get trapped in the spawn room. Someone from Center gonna need to be able to get past that and touch. Chonky Ghost dying early. Big Soup's ult not getting too much value. Adama now popping ult, but getting pressured out by the Mauga. This is looking incredibly one-sided and might be a very quick end to this push map. An absolute speed run here on Runasapi. That is going to finish up this series 0-3. Play of the game goes to Help Me on the Mauga. Swapping over from the ball. Just dishing out so much pressure into Center. It's just one at a time. able to hit each one of those targets. So GG's to Wright State. Very well played by them. Center still without a win in this current season, but not a huge issue. You know, we'll come back, get them in the next one. A lot of good fights in this, so GG's to our opponents. See you next time.